Democrats have dismal polling in Texas. It's July 11th, 2024, and these are your headlines. A new poll from the University of Houston's Hobby School of Public Affairs shows that both former President Donald Trump and Senator Ted Cruz are leading their Democrat opponents right here in Texas. The poll, conducted from June 20th through July 1st, surveyed more than 1,400 likely Texas voters. According to the survey, Trump is leading current President Joe Biden by 9 points. It's 49% to 40%. Of course, you've got Robert F. Kennedy with 5%. Green Party candidate Jill Stein has 2%. 4% of respondents said they did not know or were unsure of who they would vote for. Among likely voters, though, 94% of Trump supporters reported that they are certain they will be voting for Trump. 92% of Biden supporters said they will certainly vote for Biden. I should say maybe whoever the Democrat ends up being. But overall, 23% of voters said that the issue most influencing their presidential decision, well, it's immigration and border security. 15% raised concerns about soaring inflation in the economy, and 13% said the future of U.S. democracy, or not a democracy, was their highest priority. The poll was also asking likely voters about the U.S. Senate race, in which Cruz is running against Democrat Texas Congressman Colin Allred. The poll reveals that Cruz has a 3-point lead over Allred. Speaking of elections, the U.S. House of Representatives has passed an election security measure that requires Americans to, get this, provide proof of citizenship for federal voter registration. Oh, the horror. H.R. 8281, also called the SAVE Act, aims to keep non-citizens, including illegal aliens, from participating in federal elections. It also authorizes state election officials to accept a variety of documents to make it easier for citizens to register to vote. Well, the SAVE Act passed the U.S. House last night with 221 votes in favor and 198 against it. Of that, 216 Republicans and 5 Democrats voted in favor of the bill. You had a few Democrats, I guess. It was introduced by Representative Chip Roy from right here in Texas back in early May. Well, the measure will now be sent to the Senate for a vote. If it passes both chambers of Congress, the act will go to the president's desk to be signed into law. However, President Joe Biden has already voiced opposition to the bill. He says that it would do absolutely nothing to safeguard American election integrity. And so if it does end up making it past the Senate and to his desk, look out for a potential veto.
Each weekday, join the Texas Minute for a first look at the top news of the Lone Star State. I'm Michael Quinn Sullivan, the host of the Texas Minute. The Texas Minute exists to make sure real Texans have the news they need to affect Texas. You can find the Texas Minute at TexasScorecard.com or everywhere you listen to podcasts.
As Houston and the surrounding area await power restoration and begin recovery from Hurricane Beryl, many CenterPoint customers are questioning what went wrong and why communication from the electricity distributor has fallen short of expectations. Representatives from CenterPoint told Houston City Council members yesterday that their assessment would likely be done before the end of the day, but that some could be waiting days for their power to be restored. In fact, right now, there are many thousands of people in the area that are still without power. Maybe you're one of them. Maybe you know one of them. Council members launched into a barrage of questions about the organization's readiness ahead of the storm. Councilmember Ed Pollard pushed CenterPoint officials on why there were reports that they didn't have additional crews on standby ready to begin working once the storm moved through the region. Well, they said they've worked with the legislature and the Public Utility Commission, which they recently filed a resiliency plan with, to harden their infrastructure and increase vegetation management, which is said to be one of the main causes of this storm's outages. Think overgrown trees, branches, etc. Their plan would require a $2.2 billion investment to enact and includes items like transitioning to manufactured poles, which are more expensive but stronger, identifying critical circuits, and increasing maintenance and management for critical customers. In recent days, local officials have increasingly called for more accountability from CenterPoint. For more of today's stories, go to TexasScorecard.com.